for joining us on Sheridan County Ag Update. Today I have with me Ashley Lohoff, who has her PEMF that she does on animals. Ashley, thanks for joining us.
Yes, thanks for having me.
So let's talk a little bit about the benefits of the PEMF and what it does and how it works and all the particulars.
Well, so PEMF, I call it pulsing because PEMF is a mouthful, but it stands for Pulse Electro Field Therapy. And what it does, it just stimulates the body's cells to help the body heal itself faster than it can on its own. So your brain sends electrical charges to all your bodily systems, and this just increases the electrical charge, and your body can heal itself faster, and it penetrates up to 16 inches and just heals pretty much anything that's ailing you.
So now, did this start? I mean, I know that have people and animals. Where did it start first, and then where did it go?
It started with horses first. So my sister barrel races, and her horses were always lame. There was always something from hauling them, and she was paying people to do this. And I looked into it, and have always been interested in helping animals, and have a degree in veterinary medicine, pre-veterinary medicine, and found the opportunity to start my own business with it. And that was 6 years ago, and I've been working on horses mostly. Then a few years ago, I started on show steers, got talked into working on show pigs, which is a story in itself. I've worked on lambs, goats, pretty much all the species that you can show, and then I dabble with humans, but I prefer the animals.
My good friend Stacy Ellenwood does the massage therapy, and she would say the same thing. She
Yes.
prefers the animals over the people.
Yes. The animals are harder to work on because they can't tell you what's hurting, but they also can't tell you what's hurting. So it's a double-edged sword. Yeah.
So I know that you talked about hauling in trailers and stuff. So this really helps with lameness.
Yes.
If an animal's had an injury.
Mm-hmm.
Making plans for building a new barn, shop, or commercial building? Don't do any planning without a call to Sheridan's premier post-frame building and homes builder, True Built Builders. Online at truebuiltbuilders.com.
I always use horses as an example because they're the easiest to talk about. So especially rodeo horses, when they're hauled a lot, their body gets stressed. They won't have as healthy as cells. And so you're just trying to keep them sound and healthy. And it kind of depends on the horse and how often they need pulsed. If they're injured, lame, we try to do 2 sessions in a week, depending on scheduling. Mm-hmm. And then after that, it can be every other week. It can be monthly. I see horses like every 3 months, and it's just, hey, we're going to go do something. Let's have them feeling good. And then I see horses that have open wound from wire cut or whatever. Mm-hmm. I'll work on them like 4 or 5 times in 2 weeks, and I never see them again. So it kind of depends on the situation. And then, like I've learned with animals, it will either increase their energy or make them very relaxed.
Cowboy State Bank, helping farmers, ranchers, and the ag community succeed for over 100 years.
So it depends on, like, if you're at a barrel race or you're at a roping and you want your horse worked on. I prefer to do it like a week ahead of time and see if it does energize them or if it makes them more relaxed and slower. So it does the same for people too. Some people, they really like to do it first thing in the morning. They're energized, they're ready to go. And others like to do it right before they go to bed and just relax.
Well, I know my niece's show steer that you worked on last year, it made him real relaxed.
Yes. Yes.
He really enjoyed it, and then he just laid down and went to sleep.
Yeah. Yeah, and the show steers, they're funny. They really get to wiggling and licking their lips and chewing their cud. They're really fun to work on.
Well, talk about, what about the pigs? I mean, that would not be the first thing I would think of, but.
No, it was one of those things. I was working on show steers, and they're like, well, we have a pig over there that's hock swollen. And I was like, oh, yeah, we could fix that. And then I got in the pen and was like, I don't know what I'm doing. But turns out pigs really enjoy it. And if you can get them to stop for 30 seconds and get all the loops on them, they pretty much just go to sleep. And I've learned that it helps, like, at State Fair, Wyoming State Fair, I've worked on a bunch of pigs, and it really helps reduce their stress. There's so much hauling, there's so much noise, the fans, the people, the other pigs squealing, that it just relaxes them. They eat better, they drink better, they show better. So even if their pig doesn't have a lameness or sore, it really helps at shows just relax them and help them eat and stay consistent in the show ring.
So probably it would be a good maintenance type thing if you're showing to just have you come every couple 3 weeks to as a maintenance to get them used to it, so when they do get to a show, and you do that
exactly. And so I try to get on a schedule with people that jackpot and do it before they go jackpotting, maybe the day before they leave, or maybe the day they get back, so the pigs will come home and get resituated and go back to eating and drinking.
Quality Kubota machinery and customer care from the heart. Proudly serving Sheridan and the surrounding areas since 1996. Go online to heartlandkubota.com or stop by Heartland Kubota, 2450 Heartland Drive. You do dogs too, I assume?
Yes. Yes, I've worked on quite a few old cow dogs that are just sore and crippled or have gotten kicked, and yes, they really enjoy it, which is kind of funny. I try to put them in the chair pad for people and just let them hang out, and they enjoy it. Some of them fall asleep, and yeah, they're kind of fun.
I have a friend that has an old cow dog, and he would probably really enjoy that.
Yes. And then I've worked on dogs with arthritis and cancer, and it doesn't. So pulsing won't cure anything, but it helps with almost everything because it increases the blood flow and it increases oxygenation to the cells. So whatever the ailment is, it's going to make you feel better. So like with the dogs that had cancer, it was just to help them feel better, get around a little better. It's not going to cure anything. It's not, I try not to call it a treatment because you're not fixing whatever is hurting. You're helping it heal faster, but you're not actually treating it. So
it's a feel good method. It's another feel good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it just helps with so many different things that when people ask me, will this help with digestion? Well, yes, because you just need more blood flow to that area. So, and that's basically all that heat EMF does. So it helps with so many different things that you never know what you can use it for.
Well, and you said that you can penetrate up to 16 inches. So I assume that you have different loops and for different animals. Like a horse or a steer is their muscle pattern so much different than a small animal or a dog.
Yep, I have 3 different size loops that I can use. And I use them, I can use 2 at a time on an animal. Sometimes, depending on what the situation is, I'll only use 1 loop. But most of the time I can use the extra large loops on horses and show cattle. And then like with horses, I can use the smaller loops on their hocks and legs. And then with dogs, I usually use the medium loops and the smaller loops if needed. Well, and I can bunch them up with Velcro and put them pretty much anywhere on the body I want to, stand awkwardly and hold it.
Or you get an assistant, one of the kids, to hear you stand there and hold this.
Yeah. Yep.
So you mentioned you do some jackpots and rodeos. I assume you're probably pretty busy this summer. I know you're booked for our jackpot, which is Memorial Day weekend, Battle of the Bighorns. So I know you said you're pretty busy. So what's the best way to get a hold of you to schedule, or what's your...
I'm on Facebook. It's Lohoff Animal PEMF. You can message me there. You can come and find me at a show. I try to list all of the jackpots and shows in advance that I'm going to, or you can call or text me, and my phone number is 406-679-1823. Perfect.
Well, is there anything else you want to tell us about the benefits of the pulsing therapy?
It's not, I don't know. So pulsing it helps with so many different things. It's non-invasive. It can't hurt an animal. Even if you think your animal doesn't need it, it probably does, just because it does help with so many different things, from open wounds to digestive issues to stress levels to pretty much anything. It can help you, your dog, your cat, your horse, whatever. just feel better and feel more relaxed.
Well, great. Well, Ashley, thank you for joining us today. I appreciate it.
Yes, thank you for having me.
You bet. And if anybody has any questions, be sure to find her on Facebook under Lohaf Animal PEMF. And you can always contact me here at Shared Media, and I can help get you in contact. So
Awesome.
Thanks for joining us, and check out sharedmedia.com for more podcasts, news, and sports.